Hey everyone, I hope you guys are enjoying Monster Hunter Rise or Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak in whichever console you're choosing to play it on. Today we're going to be checking out the fact that Capcom decided to make some interesting rewards available for just about every single hunter. Whether it is you're playing the base version of Monster Hunter Rise on PlayStation, Xbox, or PC Windows, or if you happen to be playing Sunbreak on Nintendo Switch or PC Steam. This is one of the good things that I finally got to see Capcom do, and that is pretty much reward all of the hunters, not just provide one set of rewards for just one group of people and then everyone else has to wait at a later date to be able to get their hands on it, but this time pretty much everyone is getting something. Yes, there are two separate different types of rewards we'll be going over in a second, but at the very least no one is being left out. And of course, if you want to be able to get your hands on any type of rewards, all you need to do is make your way down to Steelworks or in Elgato, speak to the courier cat, go all the way down to the add-ons options, and claim anything that's labeled in white, whether it is free event quests, free downloadable item packs, which is what we have this week, or anything along those lines. Starting out with the Xbox, Windows, and PlayStation players, Capcom posted on social media that Monster Hunter Rise players on Xbox, Windows, and PlayStation can grab the Big Hit Celebration Special Pack number 3 and get the items to be able to help you to make your way into Master Rank for Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak's launch on April 28th. And they pretty much confirmed that for this Big Hit Celebration Special Pack number 3, all Xbox One, Xbox Series S, Xbox Series X, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5s, and PC Windows players will be able to get 50 Armor Spheres, 40 Armor Spheres, Advanced Armor Spheres, another 30, 20 Hard Armor Spheres, and Heavy Armor Spheres. You get another 10 of those. So plenty of Armor Spheres for you to pretty much go ahead and boost up your armor in the best way possible. On top of that, you're also going to be able to get your hands on 5 golden eggs. Now, I don't actually think the golden eggs most likely are going to be enough if you're going to be upgrading your armors, at the very least on base Rise, getting ready for Sunbreak, since, you know, it's going to cost you way more than just a couple of golden eggs to raise your entire defense. At the same time, you know, most likely most hunters have already maxed out their defense, since that is one of the first things you need to do whenever you create a brand new armor set, is max out the defense first and foremost before you start doing decorations, before you start, you know, curious crafting if you're playing on Sunbreak or anything like that. First thing you should be doing is maxing out your defense, since that is mostly what's going to keep you alive. Skills for power or, you know, damage, they're not going to keep you alive. Certainly higher defense will, since you will get hit regardless of how you play. Now, when it comes to Nintendo Switch and PC Steam players, we're not being left out. Capcom also confirmed that to celebrate 2 years of Monster Hunter Rise, we're giving Nintendo Switch and Steam players an anniversary item pack, where you've been with us since day one and taking your first steps into Kimura and Elgato. Thanks for joining the hunt. And they mentioned that this is the second anniversary celebration item pack notice called Monster Hunter Rise Second Anniversary Celebration Item Pack. This one is going to be including 20 MP accelerants, which are really good if you want to use some of those melding options available to you. 10 true armor spheres, which are really good for maxing out those really high tier Resident Elder Dragon armors. Certainly are pretty good for that. 20 mega barrel bombs. A lot of people should be using bombs, especially if you put a monster to sleep. Certainly abuse those as best as possible. And of course, 10 dust of lives. Automatic heals for everyone on your party is always beneficial. And lastly, they mentioned that you are going to be able to get your hands on 20 golden eggs. So unlike the PlayStation 1 and Xbox and PC Windows updates and free rewards, this one is more varied. Of course, Nintendo Switch and PC Steam players have been able to be playing the game for quite a while now, so you should have been able to amass a relatively good amount of materials, and these are just extras of the good ones, especially the MP Accelerant. I know a lot of people struggles to get more of those. They have to farm them. There's no real guarantee way for you to be able to do that unless you're scanning daily amiibos. And I tell people that all the time. If you're looking for, you know, pretty much melding materials, melding stuff for you to be able to get those insta reward melds, scan those daily amiibos. If you're not doing that on the Nintendo Switch, make sure you do so. Now, of course, Steam players do not have that option, so you're going to be left out. PlayStation, Xbox, and PC Windows players will find that out the hard way. Now, the interesting thing is, while these rewards are only going to become available for the Nintendo Switch and PC Steam players right now, they will eventually become available for PlayStation, Xbox, and PC Windows players at a later date. Of course, most likely around the time that the fourth free title update goes live for those platforms. So certainly you will not be able to be left out, and everyone will be able to get this specific patch rewards. But all in all, I'm pretty happy when Capcom decides to kind of give everyone a little bit of something, whether that rewards are helpful for you to go ahead and craft or boost your armored defenses, which, like I said before, you should or have already been doing. That is something extremely crucial pretty much for any hunter. But at the same time, also everyone who's already in the higher tier of hunt, you know, are getting other sets of rewards, with the understanding that they are just simply celebrating the second anniversary of the game. I put out a video just maybe a few days ago, maybe early last week, discussing the second year anniversary for base Rise on the Nintendo Switch and my opinions for the game in general. I'm going to be leaving a link in the description below if you haven't necessarily checked it out, where I just simply discuss just how much I've enjoyed Monster Hunter Rise. Sunbreak has been a way better game in general. I feel like it's been kind of like a step up for the franchise. But at the end of the day, for me personally, and I know I read a lot of the comments that you guys left in that specific video, where everyone has their different opinions, whether it is for Rise or Sunbreak. But one thing is you kind of unified that, at least at the very least from my audience, that they all kind of feel like Rise and Sunbreak are a little bit of a step above from World and Iceborne. Now, that's not to say World or Iceborne are bad games, not at all. They're just different tastes. At the end of the day, they are just different experience. You know, I don't necessarily, for me personally, I can speak only for myself, where I can say that, you know, the visual aspects of World, while appealing to some, do not appeal to me. I'd rather have a more, you know, rounded, not necessarily so realistic looking version of the game, as long as the gameplay is fun and more fast, which is what we have here in Rise and Sunbreak. And World to me just feels a little bit more slower, a little bit more sluggish, and it was their first go around at that style game. I'm under no delusions. I think the next mainline game will be in the same vein of World and Iceborne, and there will be a step up to that with some of the quality of life improvements that we saw in Rise and Sunbreak, also making their way into that sort of iteration of the franchise. But that's about all the information that I have for you guys today. If you're brand new to my channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, hit the bell to receive notifications when the videos go up, and as always, thank you so much for watching. See ya.